Hello everybody, it's Robbie, and I have a review for you. It's another Evan Moor product, and it's from their Skill Sharpeners series, and this is Math Grade 4, Connecting School and Home. And I'm doing all of the Skill Sharpeners books, at least one in for one grade level. They're not all fourth grade. But I wanted to give you an example of each of the books in the Skill Sharpener series, so you can see how they're organized and what they're about. These books are really reasonable. They're only like $10, and they're meant to be, supplemental materials, or maybe the summer, something you can do over the summer to prevent the summer slide. And in some cases, they can be used standalone, as a for the subject that it's covering, in my opinion. But this one, I believe, really is a supplemental or a summer gap, a summer slide preventer course. It says grade 4, but to me this is more of a book to do over the summer to review concepts that were covered in 3rd grade. That is my opinion, but we'll go through it and you can decide. There is numerous units here. This would be a good gap filler too. Like if you just wanted to kind of go through this book to figure out whether or not there were any gaps from 3rd grade that need to be covered before going into 4th grade, I think this would be a good one for that. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 units, and each one of these units has about 12 pages. I've noticed some of them have 13, but most of them have 12. So that gives you an idea of how much content is in here. So let's say you want to cover this over, 1 unit a week, then obviously they need to do, a couple pages, 2 to 3 pages a day to do that. So this is a really good, summer course. So this would also be a good one for, say, the beginning of the school year, when you want to just find out if there's any gaps before moving into your curriculum, if your curriculum especially doesn't have a lot of review. And some of them don't. Some of them are just, you go from one into the next. We use Schiller, and that's how it is. There is no review at the beginning of each book. It's sequential. You just go from one book to the other. So this is a good, maybe beginning to the school year if you're going into 4th grade. So we have some practice here with the word problems. And one thing I've noticed as I'm going through this book is that each unit doesn't seem to cover a specific concept. It seems to be kind of random in terms of concepts covered within the unit. The unit is mainly just for thematic purposes, in my opinion. So as you go through this, the skills that are covered are going to be listed here at the top of the page on the right-hand side in the margin. So if you were wanting to organize this by topic, maybe break it up into units and do it that way, you would need to tear them all out and sort them based on the skills covered. The unit itself isn't really going to help you do that. So I'm just going to do a quick flip through. So we got some story problems, math facts, this is word numbers, odd evens, some graphing here, coordinate graphing, computation and operations in a game format. I noticed a lot of this is like that, like you solve the problem to get to the end, or to do a code, or solve a bigger problem, that sort of thing. There's area. Here's some more math facts, some measurement, a little bit of fractions. Here we've got a little bit more complex math here, both addition, subtraction, and multiplication. Here's some double digit addition, subtraction, some practice now with some division facts. Here's one of those where you're having to solve the code, some geometry, patterning, so solving word problems, some algebraic thinking. But as you can see, so far most of it's been pretty simple math. Map work, coordinate mapping again. some logic skills, which I appreciate that, but you will get a little test that they can do to test the skills that were covered in the unit. We're into a new topic, music. I can't say that. Say that 3 times fast. Music. There's a code to break, some time, calculating volume. This is one of those puzzles, some coordinate graphing. And then they start talking about factoring. So I know factoring is something we haven't really talked about, so for us that'd be kind of a new concept. Operations, multiples. So we got multiples in factoring, which is necessary for fractions, so that's good. Balancing equations, that's pre-algebra concepts. Some measurement and weight, word problems. Okay, sorry, I'm getting distracted and I need to look a little closer. I've looked through this book already, but something catches my eye once in a while. We got some time. So you can see the concepts are kind of spiraling throughout these units. They're not conceptual, but if you want to organize it that way, these pages are all perforated. You can pull them out, organize them how you wish. There's another concept that this would be perfect for, and it's the daily workbook, where you tear out random pages for various subjects and punch them and put them into a binder. And they're meant to just get the student prepared for the day. We did this a couple years ago. We haven't done it in a while, but it was usually review. It was usually stuff that did not require any instruction. It was independent work, and it was meant to just stimulate them, you know, their mind into preparing for the school day. And because it was review, because it was not something that would require instruction, it was confidence building. So if that idea appeals to you, then tearing these pages out, organizing them by concept, pulling out the pages that you know the student already knows, but you just want to give them a little bit of practice, and compiling them into a notebook is something that that works out for a lot of people. Another fun, see, look at me distracted. Fun puzzle, coordinate graphing, again some practice with mental math and math facts, story problems, some more puzzles. I like that they are including interpretation of graphs, hidden equations. That looks fun. Again, math fact practice. And I'm all about learning math facts by through usage, truly. Schiller Math, that is their our core curriculum's philosophy on learning math facts, and I think it is more fun to do it that way than the whole drill and kill or flashcard method. Here's another skills test, and yeah, that was at the end, so I guess they are at the end. For some reason I thought I might have seen one in the middle. More math facts, calculating area, which this is interesting. See, now they're introducing the concept of half squares. So trying to figure that out with calculating area. This is a little puzzle where you have to solve the problem and find the path. Coordinate graphing, some logic, which I love. Testing skills. So at the end of every little unit there's a test. Just test the skills. Some division math fact practice. Interpretation of data. Graphing. It's another puzzle. So this is, like I said, a fun way. Now we're until it is progressing a little bit. So now we've got some straight up long division and some 3-digit subtraction practice here. And now we have some practice in our multiple number division. Did I say division? I meant addition. Reading a bar graph. So, and now we're getting in some fraction and decimal practice. So I like how this starts off kind of gentle and kind of moves its way through the a little bit more difficult math, trying to calculate perimeter and area with irregular shapes. So, okay, so now this is a tracking form. So you could also use this as an assignment form. So let's say you wanted them to review specific topics and you went through and you marked the pages that you wanted them to do. You could literally circle the ones that they're to do here, and then they could color in the ones that they've done or check them off or however. So that's another way you could use this book. The answers are in the back, so if you have a resourceful child, you may want to tear these out, and they can then you can give it to them when they need to grade their work if you want them to grade their own, or you can grade it for them. So that's a complete walkthrough of the Skill Sharpeners Math for grade 4. And if you want to see more of the Skill Sharpeners books, these are like $10. They're really reasonable. Anyway, I have a playlist of all the Evan Moor products that I reviewed so far, and feel free to take a look at that. And if you like this kind of content and you want to see the rest of my reviews on Evan Moor, please do subscribe and click the notification bell so that you'll be notified when the videos come up, because I've got 2 more books to do in the Skill Sharpeners series, and then I'll be reviewing some other Evan Moor products as well, plus all the other stuff we use in our homeschool. So Evan Moor did send me this book in exchange for my honest review, and I do have a link below to the product where you can purchase from them. It is an affiliate link, and it does not affect the price you pay, but it does give me a small commission for providing the look through and the review on this content. So I appreciate your support, and thank you so much for coming to my channel today, and have a great day.